In about 2014, 2015, there was a few studies that had come out demonstrating an increase in cardiovascular risk with testosterone therapy. So the FDA, after looking at some of these previous studies, decided to put a warning label on testosterone, saying that testosterone therapy could be associated with a higher risk of some of these conditions. At the same time, they had asked certain experts in the field to sort of run a trial, really assessing this with a large number of men, and that's what started the Traverse study or the Traverse trial. And those results came out a couple of years ago now. Those had shown that there was no major difference in cardiovascular risk between men on testosterone therapy versus those on a placebo or sort of a fake gel, if you will. So that prompted the FDA to then to remove that warning label, which happened about a year ago now. So I think it's good for patients overall that that happened. We have noticed that more men in general are interested in testosterone therapy, and I think is that there is less hesitation about it given the risks, and less hesitation about the risks in terms of men starting it. And to clarify, this is for men who are taking it safely, who are taking it under the care of a doctor or a provider who is taking them from a low level to a normal level. That's what's been studied, and that's what that trial showed. So to go over the Traverse trial, they had about 5,000 men with low testosterone and either pre-existing cardiovascular disease or high cardiovascular risk. So it's really important to emphasize these are guys who are already at risk or already had some sort of cardiovascular event that then were either put on testosterone or the placebo gel. The rate of events or cardiovascular events was about 7% or so in both groups. So no major difference, right? Their average follow-up was about 3 years or so, or 33 months to be exact. What they did find, even though they found no difference in cardiovascular events, they did find an increase in blood clots, a mild increase, as well as kidney injury and atrial fibrillation, like you mentioned. All those certainly need to be studied a little bit further. The mechanism isn't totally understood for that, and some of those same conditions have been studied in other trials with sort of mixed data. Just as one example, we give testosterone to men with kidney disease. We used to give it to them to help with anemia before some of the newer drugs were around. And a lot of men with kidney disease have low testosterone and things do. Kidney disease itself doesn't get better, but other signs and symptoms do get better when you give them testosterone therapy. For DVT, for example, men with prostate cancer, we give them medicines to shut down their testosterone, and their blood clot risk goes up. Now, granted, that's a different population of men with different conditions, but it's just interesting that you're having two ends of the spectrum show an increase in the same condition. So this certainly needs to be studied significantly more.